right. It's 106 degrees out. Makes me want to barf being outside. Come on, Cleo. Come on, Cleo. Even she doesn't want to be on my lap because it's hot, although she was on my lap like a few minutes ago. I just shifted and she didn't like it. She's just pouting on the floor. But heat, it's a lot of conflict in the world. Time to talk some Predator. From this, not the Marvel hardcover. Why? Well, Marvel, in their infinite wisdom of we don't like certain things because it doesn't fit our narrative, redacted two Predator stories because of content that was on the covers. So we're going to talk about a two-issue mini today called Hell Come a Walkin'. And this is a Civil War story. A group of 3 Confederates and 3 Union soldiers that have to team up to fight a Yautja. Our protagonist is Jesse, who is a poor southern farm boy whose family is brutalized by the Union Army, which is why I think this also got redacted. Because God forbid the South be humans. They're just the racist villains of everything. And we have another southern guy who is a racist and a Choctaw native that's part of the Confederacy. On the Union side, our main character Spartacus, who is a runaway slave, ran up to the north and joined the Union Army in hopes of winning the Civil War to get his mom and sister out of slavery. And we have another Union soldier who's an immigrant from they call him Dutch, so I'm assuming he is Dutch. And their commanding officer is a young white man who really doesn't have much of a character other than he's mangled. He loses an ear in the beginning. They have to team up because they're being hunted one by one by a Yautja in the Ozarks. What did I think of this story? This is what Nemesis almost was. Like with Nemesis, this is a period piece with a Yautja. This is what I want out of a Predator story. We've done the whole thing with John Schaefer and Enoch Nakai, where it's in modern day, or, the 90s, basically. At the time, modern day, where they're trying to shake up the foundations with the Yautja species. We've been there. We've done that. And it's been a series of diminishing returns up until this point. So right around the late 90s, they just said, let's do short stories where we set things in different set hunts in different time periods and write stories. Sure, they still do modern stories. Primal and Bump in the Night are modern stories. But it's these period pieces like 1718, Nemesis, Hell Come a Walkin'. There's a story coming up called Demon's Gold, which is the other redacted story. All these are right up my alley. I like that's one of my favorite aspects of the end of Predator 2 is when we find out the Yautja have been coming to Earth for a long time to hunt. And this is probably one of the best stories of that. It is short, it is to the point, it understands the 2-issue mini. It's not too rushed, it's not slow paced. It is the perfect pacing. And just because our main character is a Confederate and there's the Civil War isn't just a black and white war, which is how modern Americans seem to want to think about it as, unless you live in the South, where they still see the repercussions of what happened to that part of the country to this day. This story is a good story that should be read, but unfortunately, we'll probably never see it reprinted with the current Marvel powers that be. Because they find it problematic. Because it has a Confederate flag on the cover. Because The main character, Jesse, is a Confederate who witnessed war crimes from the Union. And I want to get this point across. I am not one of the fucking Proud Boys. I'm not a Southern Pride person. I'm not a supremacist. Like, I fucking don't like any of those people. Just because I'm fucking white, don't assume that I'm pro all that. I'm not. Just stop. Stop and critically think. That's what I want to get at with this review. Stop and critically think before you demonize something because you didn't like the cover. You didn't like the story. See, we live in a time where reviewers, especially reviewers, have lost their fucking integrity and common sense. They have bent to the will of political correctness to such an extreme that if the diversity quotas and their political beliefs are in the media, it makes it good media. Alien Earth, something I may talk about in September when the season's over, has gotten glowing reviews because I don't understand. It is objectively one of the worst made television shows I think I've ever seen in my life. It's badly edited. The story is stupid. It's lazy. Oh my god, it's one of the most lazy things that I've ever seen. But, oh my god, it's got diversity. Gotta jerk off all over it, make a soggy biscuit and eat it. What the fuck is wrong with people? This is why I don't review modern shit. I try to avoid it for the most part. Because it's just a fucking circle jerk. To like it because it shares the same beliefs as you, even though it's objectively not that good half the time. Like, what's the point of critically analyzing something when you're just going to like it because you agree with it? What the fuck? I don't agree with the politics in the John Carpenter movie They Live, but I think it's an excellent film. I like what John Carpenter's viewpoints are, but I don't agree with them. What happened to judging something because of its quality rather than towing the political rhetoric of today? The fuck's the matter with you people? I've had about enough of it. I really have. Because this channel really, it doesn't delve into modern day stuff anymore because of this. Because you can't. You can't objectively look at things without being shit on for it. And I'm just about sick of it. I really am sick of it. It's just embarrassing. Anyway, what would I rank Predator Hell Come a Walkin'? I give it a 5 out of 5. I'm going to be real with you. It's a crying shame that this wasn't put in the omnibus. But fucking the last omnibus had Strange Rue, where a Yautja's killed by a bunch of stupid country bumpkins and made into a soup. That's collected. This beautiful story of coming to terms with we have to get along because this thing has to go hunting them one by one maliciously, hunting them for sport. They have to team up if they're going to survive. And the ending is just beautiful. It's just a beautiful 2-issue story. And it's not collected in here. I got not putting the Fire and Stone Predator tie-in or the Life and Death tie-in in here in like the second Marvel Omnibus because for some reason they have not done anything AVP or Prometheus And they may at some point do their own omnibuses with the full events collected. That would be really cool. I hope they do that. So, like, I'm a little more forgiving with them not doing that. But taking this out and the subsequent Demons Gold, it's just blatant censorship. It's blatant censorship. I think it's absolutely inexcusable. But it just shows you how fickle and bitch like Marvel is. If these were in the hands of DC, oh boy, it would have been the same deal. What happened to comics having fucking cojones? Like, what the fuck is wrong with comics these days? What the fuck is wrong? Now, I don't want some alt right fucking nonsense all the time. I'm not saying that because I'd fucking hate that shit too. They even censor, put it in and like say censor the times that the N word is used. I mean, I would have been a little frustrated with that, but you know, because it is integral to the authenticity of the dialect of the time. But I mean, I would have gotten that because lots of publishers do that now. But just to fully omit it because you have a problem with something, because for some reason you just want to erase certain things from our past, censorship does nothing but cause history to repeat itself. And that's what I want to leave you all with. If we continue to censor everything, we are damned to repeat history. And that's just wrong.